How do I approach in a loud nightclub? So I get this from clients all the time. Nightclubs are too loud. Nightclubs are not the place for me to go say hi to a girl. Nightclubs are the worst possible place because she can't hear me. She can't hear me, and thus I can't pick her up because girls are logically attracted. They're not emotionally attracted. And what is even emotional attraction? How can I even make a girl emotionally attracted to me? Is there any logical solution that I can use and utilize to pick up a girl in an environment such as a nightclub, such as a rave, such as an environment where the bass and the volume is a little bit louder than I would generally experience anywhere else? Now, in my personal opinion, I think that guys make the excuse of deciding not to approach nightclubs because it's scary, it's terrifying. It's not somewhere that you're supposed to be sober in. And most of us that go out, we go out sober. We go out with this mentality that we're going to go talk to girls in an environment and pick them up with our wit and our experience of life. And when the environment is so loud and the environment is so hectic and dark and all these lights are flashing, it's made to be intimidating. When you see all these people that look like they have their shit put together, which to be fair, it's just like Instagram, they're putting up a facade of what's actually going on. They're not actually where you think they are. So you get what a lot of people have coined and a lot of people in the past have called environmental hypnosis. So because it's environmental hypnosis, you think the environment is something that you're on the outside looking in, not that from this place of looking at everybody else as your friend, not looking at this place of like it being everybody in the environment being your friend and it being a collaborative vibe. Instead, you're coming through with this competitive vibe. A competitive vibe, you're looking at everybody being like, oh, they're judging me, as opposed to, hey, look, these are my friends. These are all people that I can use as a backboard for my own confidence, for my own self-belief, for my own self-amusement. Instead, now I can't say hi to a cute girl because I'm on the outside looking in and not going to convince these people to like me when all along, if you just looked at them as your friend, if you just looked at them as somebody that could have been on your side and you assumed friendship, guess what? They would have been your friend. It's a frame battle. Now, because you're coming across as a competitive, you're never going to have the right mentality to ever pick up a girl in the club. So first things first, assume everybody's your best friend. If you do assume that you're your best friend, guess what happens? They will become your best friend, especially if you come through with positive energy. On occasion, you will come across somebody that's negative, somebody that is incapable of being friends with you. And when that is the case, cut them loose, get rid of them. They're fucking weird. That's fine. That happens on occasion. But for the most part, most people, if you give them this energy, they will love the shit out of you. As somebody that's done this for over a decade, who's been approaching girls for about 12 years, it's so the case that people bend to the person with the strongest frame. And if this frame is, you're my friend, the frame is, this is fun, the frame is, this is you and me together, it will become the frame. So first things first, change your mentality mindsets towards going out to nightclubs. Now, next things next, you guys think that a girl won't be able to hear you. Yes, she can. She can hear you. The way you do it is, now for me, I actually take this, I usually hate teaching canned material because then you guys will use the canned material and you guys will put it on a pedestal as being the sole thing or the biggest thing that will make you good at something like this. To be fair, you know what's funny? If you just believed in yourself and you came to the nightclub from a headspace of going in to have fun, guess what happened? The girls would have fun too because emotions are contagious. So the canned material I'm about to teach you, yes, you can use it and yes, it will help out, but don't treat it like it's going to be the end all be all. Now, when you talk to a girl and she can't hear you, treat it in a way of it being a chuckle. Don't treat it as it being like this thing where the girl's going to walk on you if she can't hear you. You'd be like, dude, come here. So I try doing the cockiest way possible. So I found like this is the way I'll point at the girl's ear and I'll go like this and I'll grab her by the back of the head and I'll talk to her in her ear like this. Sometimes even if you guys want to get rid of the bass, put your thumb over her ear so then it doesn't hurt her ear. So get rid of the bass and she can still hear you. Now in the same way, if she is talking to you, I'm pretty good at this point at reading lips. So I don't have to actually hear what she's saying, but if for whatever reason I can't, I'll point at her lips, point at my ear and tell her to go like this and I'll pull her head in so I can hear her. Now guess what? I'm building Kino and also I am dominating and doing it in a cocky way. So even though I'm doing this, I'm also communicating with my face. I'm like, dude, shut up. Come here. So I'm laughing it off. You guys are like coming through with this like, oh no. And you guys are all getting stressed out because you didn't hear the first time around. Now, oftentimes when you have to repeat yourself, if you guys actually want to know how to handle AMOGs, make them repeat what they said before. So if somebody gives you an objection or says something you don't like, make them repeat what they said and guess what will happen? They will never say it the second time around the way they did the first time. They'll say it with less authority and they'll say it less authentically. So now they're reciting from memory. And when they say it again, they're trying to set a frame up in the interaction. And by trying to by you but not hearing them and making them repeat it, it weakens the frame. So in the same way, you're trying to repeat yourself a second time around, just do not let it weaken the frame. Say it like you did the first time. Run yourself through the emotions, because if you say it, if you try to just reiterate what you said, it'll come across less powerful. Instead, run yourself through the emotions again as if you're method acting it. If you method act it, it'll come across a lot more in the right ways. Now, from here, you guys need to find ways of making yourself amused. You guys are looking at this environment as being this hectic thing, and you guys are not focusing on emotions. Focus on your emotions. Emotions are contagious. If you're having fun in the interaction, if you're finding ways to laugh, if you're finding ways to tease and joke, and nothing's being serious, everything's a wild, fun time, everything's adventurous over conservative, which adventurous is this mentality that you're somebody that you can talk to as you could a best friend. And when this is the case, the girl's gonna feel like she won't get judged by you. She can be her real self, which is a big thing, which a lot of guys in the modern day society don't get, because we're so logical. Us guys are usually so logical, especially the guys that watch YouTube videos such as this. You guys are very logical. I'm logical. I'm massively fucking logical. I actually had a hard time learning this over a period of time. The emotional side of this is so difficult for people to learn. I get it. But the emotional side is something you need to figure out. Reading social cues, learning how to manipulate your own emotions, method act, make yourself laugh when you want to, tease around, joke, not take the interactions so seriously with every girl. If a girl walks on you, who cares? Just have fun with it. And the more you actually take on this mentality, the less times you will actually get walked on. The more girls will actually like you, because you're so authentic. You're willing to risk offending her. And that's the big thing about the loud environments. It's not the noise. It's not this, it's not that. If you guys are making excuses for not going to nightclubs, and your whole purpose is to learn abundance with women so you can find the right one, learn abundance with women so you can feel like you checked something off your bucket list, to build abundance so you can feel like a man, you need to learn how to develop this. Loud nightclubs are they have the highest quality and attractiveness of girls, and they also have the most amount of reps of approaching. So you can develop your social skills and your charisma. You fuck up in a nightclub too, it's a lot more anonymity. You're not gonna get in trouble for fucking up a nightclub. You were totally okay. Obviously, be apologetic, be empathetic as much as you can. But if a girl doesn't like you in a nightclub, it's literally wiped clean off the slate, and you can keep going. Nightclubs are the perfect place for a guy to go practice his seductive skills with women. Some coaches out there, they'll actually say that it's not good to do. These coaches have no idea what they're doing. If you ever hear a coach say nightclubs are not the place to approach in, they are not worth their salt. Don't listen to them. Now, with that being said, I'm also a dating coach that is also competitive with those guys. So take that, again, with a grain of salt. Don't think this is the end all be all. I could be wrong, and I could be stuck in my biases. Try it out, see if I'm right, see if I'm wrong. But I'm telling you this, if you're not going to nightclubs, it's not because they're not good to go to nightclubs. It's not because it's not a good place for you to go from a place of trying to improve your social skills or get women, but because you might be afraid. Yeah, bitch, I got some